how to tape your two 4 by whatever length putting greens together to make an 8-foot wide putting green. As you can see, this putting green has been turned over, okay, so this is the slippery side to up in the air. We're going to work on the slippery side. And we actually have some alignment marks that you're going to see on the back of your putting green. And you're literally going to line up the two lines, okay, and you can subtly change that. You're going to want them to be aligned because they've been cut precisely so that you will have the top of the putting green come together on the other side. As you can see, there's a little gap on this side, and that's because the cut has been beveled. This bevel is created so that it becomes tighter on the putting green side as you bring this side together, okay? Now don't get too carried away. You want to bring it together just ever so slightly, but you're going to tape it so that it still has a gap there, okay? Because you can pull it together too tight at the top as well. You're going to do this with simple duct tape. And the reason you're going to do it with duct tape is because if you don't like the result, you can pull it apart. But it will actually suffice as a long-term putting green surface as long as you don't get it wet or flip it over and expose it to a lot of sunlight. Okay, so Ricky is now going to tape this seam. This is high strength or high bond, so it's sticky. And Ricky is going to simply first tape down right down the middle of the seam. Okay. Now, you're going to notice that we've actually put some additional adhesive down. And this is not required, but we're going to be shipping this. And because we are going to make it a permanent seaming job, we're going to put some additional adhesive down on it. But this isn't required. Again, just simple duct tape from your hardware store. Tape this back side. And you see how we've now matched up the A to A and the B to B here. And then tomorrow, when we come in, we'll flip this over and show you what that looks like on the top. So he's just going to cut this end off, repeat that, and he's going to overlap the tape, the center tape, and now he's going to go down the left side. And this is really just taping down the center tape. Okay, so we're just going to make sure that we've got the center tape down securely. Okay, so he's going to do that down the left side, and then we're going to repeat that on the right side. So essentially, you need to get enough duct tape to make 3 passes down the seam. Tape down the right side of the seam, and again, he's just overlapping the right edge of the middle seam, or the middle tape, slightly, and just securing that bond. So if you do not use the adhesive, which we're going to recommend you don't use, and just use the duct tape, you'll be able to actually pull this off if you don't like how you were able to do that on the other side. But it will secure it so that you can putt, and in tension it will not come apart. Just flip it over and you're going to have an 8-foot wide putting green. Great. So that's it completed. And what we're going to do is we're just going to let that cure overnight again because we've got some adhesive on it. We want it to bond a little tighter. Then tomorrow morning we're going to come in, flip this over, and show you what that seam looks like. Thank you, Mr. Reyes. Appreciate it. I'm doing this, you can flip it over, so this is what it's going to look like. Ooh. Perfect seam. Now yours may not be quite this good, but in relative terms, it really doesn't matter. The ball's gonna roll right over it perfectly, and you'll be in business. So there it is. That's an 8 by 18 ready to go out the door after we put some holes in it. So you'll be getting a hole cutter, and Ricky is gonna slide a little cutting board underneath so that you don't dull your hole cutter. And it's simple. It's a serrated knife edge, and don't cut yourself on it. And he's just going to simply put the hole where he likes it, then one twist, and out it comes. There you go. Save your plug so that you can put it in again. And Ricky's going to show you how to make it really fit even tighter. He can pull on the plug and make the outside diameter grow slightly, and it'll actually fit a little tighter in there. Voila, hole disappears.